Hello, darlings. It's time to continue our book. I have my witch finger. Remember, if you bring your papers, your math and your reading worksheets to drop off this weekend, you also get to pick up your Halloween pack, and it will have little treats in it like this cool witch finger that you get to use to track your reading. All right, here we go. Desmond Cole Ghost Patrol, The Haunted House Next Door. This is book 1 in the series. And I left off on chapter 5, The Silverware Man. Here we go. Remember to read along with me so that you get the benefit of reading. Plus, you can count this book then as one that you have read this year. It doesn't really count if you don't read it with me. Here we go. The very next day was all about unpacking boxes and lifting heavy things and moving those heavy things to just the right spot. While Mom unpacked clothes and books, Dad and I moved furniture. We're on page 52 now. Yeah, I was sweaty and tired, but I love putting things where they belong. It's good feeling. Dad and I saved the den for last. We had to lift giant chairs and a brand new sofa, then set up the TV and sound system. When everything was in place, we collapsed on the sofa, breathing hard. Dad declared, "It's official. This house is our home, and to celebrate, we need my famous lemonade." All right, we're going to be on page 54 now. 54 and 55 is this whole page here. Dad thinks his lemonade is the greatest thing in the world, and actually, it is. He went into the kitchen. As I followed him, there was a loud crash behind me. I spun around, thinking something fell over, but what I saw was... He continued. How can I explain it? In the 2 seconds my back was turned, the entire room had changed. All the furniture was rearranged, and the sofa was now floating like way up in the air. Dad! Dad! I raced into the kitchen. You have to see this. Yeeks. I grabbed him by the arm and pulled him into the den, but the furniture was back exactly the way Dad and I had arranged it. You never would have known anything had been out of place. What do I have to see? Dad asked, sounding confused. I just stood there with my mouth open. Nothing, I mumbled. I thought, forget it. I couldn't tell Dad what had just happened. He would think I was losing my mind. Maybe I was losing my mind. Dad shrugged. Well, okay, let's go get that lemonade. I'll bet you're thirsty. He laughed and put his arm around me as we walked. Mom had already unpacked the kitchen. It was normal, boring, and spotless. Just the way I like it. I tried to relax. Everything is going to be okay, I told myself. Uh-oh. We're on page 60 now. 60. Dad was grabbing a picture from the cabinet when Mom called from upstairs. Honey, can you give me a hand? Okay, Dad said. Lemonade when I get back, Andres, I promise. I nodded and then closed my eyes. Maybe the den was just a weird daydream. Then I opened my eyes and gasped. Every drawer and cabinet in the kitchen was open. Cups and plates were piled on top of the table and counter, and our silverware was scattered on the floor. I went to scream, but before the sound came out, the forks, knives, we've got a list going, and spoons all slowly moved around in a circle. It looked like a tornado. As they spun around, they started to form into something that looked human. It was a giant silverware man. Oh, look, there's the cheese grater right there. That's pretty funny. That was all I needed to see, so I took off and ran out the front door. I didn't even look where I was going, and as soon as I made it outside, I slammed into something. No, someone. I ran smack into Desmond Cole. And that's chapter 6, Grape Secrets. Do you guys want to read one more? I really want to find out what happens. Are you okay if we read one more? Okay, we're reading one more. Chapter 6, Grape Secrets. Oof. That was what Desmond said as I knocked the wind out of him. He sank into a heap on the ground. Sorry, I said, helping him back up. Remember, if there's a little dash here, that means that the rest of the word is continued on the next line. Helping him back up. I didn't mean, I didn't see you standing. Now we're on page 68. Make sure you're on the page with us, reading along. It's okay, Desmond said. But seriously, dude, what's your rush? My mind was still racing from what I had just seen in the kitchen. No way was I going to tell Desmond what had just happened. No way was I going to tell anyone. So I played it cool and searched for my calm voice. I just, have to go to the store, for my parents. Cool, Desmond said. I'll walk you there. Okay. On the way, I tried to hide how scared I was. But my legs were still a little wobbly, and my hands were still a little shaky. I don't think Desmond noticed, though. He was too busy talking to people we passed on the street. It seemed like everybody in Curseville knew Desmond. One boy told him, "Thanks for everything the other day." "Glad I could help," Desmond said. Then we passed a girl who said, "Hey, thanks, Desmond." "Call if you need me again," he replied. Finally, I had to ask, "What did you do for those kids?" Now we're on page 72. I like to crease my book a little bit And since it's mine and I own it, I'm okay with that. If you borrowed it from somewhere like our library, the public library, you don't want to do that. But if you fold it and it's yours, that's okay, to make it a little bit easier to read in. But Desmond changed the subject. Did you eat my mom's lasagna yet? No, not yet, I told him. We always have pizza the first night in a new home. It's a tradition with us. When we reached the store, Desmond asked, "What did your parents want you to buy?" I had no idea what to tell him. "I'm supposed to get, grapes." Okay, I know that wasn't the best answer, but I could barely concentrate on what I was saying. My head was spinning with questions. How did Desmond help all those kids? And why didn't he want to tell me? And what in the world was happening back at my not so normal, not at all boring house? Then, almost like he was reading my mind, Desmond asked, "Have you discovered any secrets at the new house?" Whoa, that was all I needed to hear. I was off running again, this time away from Desmond. Sure, I was making a complete fool out of myself, but I just wanted to leave him and his mind-reading questions behind. I found the way back to my house, sprinted inside, and closed the door behind me. That's when it hit me. I wasn't safe here either. And that brings us to chapter 7. Oh no, the flying table. Ah! Okay, since we read 2 chapters today, we're not going to do a response in our notebook because, well, we read a lot. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a break. Thanks for reading with me. Remember, you can get your own little read along witch finger when you turn in your work this weekend, this coming weekend, Friday through Sunday. And you just have to come to the school, your work will get dropped off, and you'll get to pick up that Halloween packet, and inside is all the work for next week, and also a little treat from me. All right, guys. Bye-bye.